Okay, so let's talk about alternative obligations. Starting with Article 1199. So, a person alternatively bound by different prestations shall completely perform one of them. Okay? So, ito yung sinasabi nating marami kang options, maraming alternative prestations, but the performance of one of them is enough. You only have to choose one. Okay? So, it's like a compound distributive obligation. Okay? Next paragraph, the creditor is not compelled to receive part 1 and part of the other undertaking. So, dapat kung prestation 1 ang pinili, you have to deliver that. Okay? You cannot choose a portion of part prestation 1 and a portion of another prestation. Okay? So, that is not allowed. Okay? Hindi mo pwedeng pilitin si creditor to accept that. Okay? So, take note that in an alternative obligation, may mga options. So, lahat ng obligation ay due. So, pag nawala yung isa, basically, dapat i-deliver mo yung iba kasi sila yung due. Okay? Pag nawala lahat or pag may fortuitous event, yung effect niya depende sa kung ano yung sinabi ng batas, okay, na ma-encounter natin as we go through. Okay? Now, since we're talking about alternative obligations, there are choices. And under 1200, Article 1200 of the law, okay, the right of choice belongs to the debtor. So, it will be the debtor who will choose it by default. Pero sometimes, it may be agreed upon by the parties that the creditor is the one who will choose, okay? But by default, it will be the debtor, okay? Also, the debtor shall have no right to choose those prestations, of course, na impossible, unlawful, okay, na hindi pwede. Yung mga pwede lang ang pwede niyong piliin. Okay, 1201. Okay, so as long as there is no choice yet, and as long as the choice of the debtor is not yet communicated to the creditor, then the obligation remains to be alternative. Once the choice is communicated to the debtor, it will become simple. So, from alternative, magkakaroon ka ng choice, then it will become a simple obligation. The choice must be communicated, And when we talk about communicated, it can be expressed, pwedeng sinulat mo or sinabi mo, or pwede din namang implied, meaning to say, dineliver mo na agad yung, kunwari, prestation A, and the creditor did not challenge it, or tinanggap niya rin naman, or yun na yun, yung binigay mo. Sabagay, hindi naman pwedeng mamili si creditor kasi you have the right of choice. Then, that's an implied communication of your choice. Okay? 1202. The debtor shall lose the right of choice when among the prestation, one is only practicable. Obviously. Okay? Isa na lang yung choice mo kasi yung ibang choice hindi na pwede. 1203. If through the creditor's acts, the debtor cannot make a choice. Okay? May ginawa itong si creditor na si debtor, kunwari, imbis na pipiliin niya si prestation 1, 2, 3, si creditor, ayaw niya yung 1 and 2, kaya ang ginawa niya, sinira niya yon. Parang ibigay sa kanya yung prestation 3. O, na-deprive naman ngayon itong si debtor, di ba? So, kapag na-deprive si debtor, ang pwede niyong basis, Article 1203, the debtor may rescind the contract with damages. Kasi na-deprive si debtor ng karapatan na mamili or na-deprive si debtor of his right to choose among the alternative prestations. 1204. The creditor shall have a right to indemnity for damages when, sa creditor naman to yung pwede naman daw siyang mag-ask for damages. Kailan yon? When through the fault of the debtor. Anong ginawa niya? All of the things, okay, ay nawala. Di kapag nawala na lahat, wala na makukuha si creditor, wala nang mapipili. So, that's the time that under 1204, the creditor shall have the right for damages. Okay? Anong basis ng damages? Okay? Anong sinasabi sa next paragraph ng 1204? The indemnity shall be fixed as a basis the value of the last thing na nawala. Okay? So, yun yung value ng ating damages that the creditor is entitled of. Okay? Pwede ka bang mag-asang damage other than the value of the last thing? Yes, because there is already breach. Kasi gumawa ng hindi tama si debtor. 12.05. When the choice, ito na yung chance or yung time or yung pagkakataon that the choice has been given to the creditor. Then, same din. So, gaya din nung kay debtor kanina, from alternative, okay, ibibigay lang yung choice, then magiging simple na siya. So, the choice is again, dapat pwedeng express or implied. Parang kanina din, pareho lang. Okay? Next. Until then, the responsibility of the debtor shall be governed by the following rules. Okay? So, ito yung mga instances, itong 1, 2, 3. Yung 1, 2, 3, these are the instances to which obligasyon dun sa part ni debtor. So, habang hinihintay niya yung choice ni creditor, ito yung mga obligasyon niya. Number 1. If one of the things is lost through fortuitous event, alam naman natin ang epekto ng fortuitous event. Anong gagawin? The debtor shall perform those that are remaining. Or kung isa na lang ang naiwan, yun na lang. Wala nang choice . Fortuitous event naman ang rason kung bakit nawala yung ibang choice. Hindi naman pwedeng magalit si creditor, right? Now, if the loss of one of the things is through the fault of the debtor, eto na. Pwede nang mag-demand ng damage si creditor kasi na-deprive naman siya ng kanyang right to choose. But, observe this, the creditor daw may claim any. So, the creditor may claim damages based on anything of the prestation. Kunwari, prestation 1, 2, at 3. Ito yung nawala. So, ano ang value ng pwedeng i-claim ni creditor na damages? So, either 3, prestation 3, prestation 2. Pwede niya rin piliin ang prestation 1. So, let's compare that to this one. Kanina, kung si debtor ang na-deprive ng right of choice, the value of the damage that the creditor can get is based on the value of the last thing na nawala. Okay? This is when the loss is through the fault of the debtor, ha? Okay? But when it's on the choice of the creditor, the damage that or the basis of the damage that the creditor may get is the value of any of those subsisting or the price of that which through the fault of the former has disappeared. So, walang last thing disappeared. Again, let me clarify this. If it's the debtor who loses or who is deprived of the right of choice, the basis of the damage is the last thing that is lost. But if it's the creditor who has given the right of choice and it's the creditor who has been deprived of the right of choice, then the value of the damage is the value of anything, hindi yung last na nawala. Okay? Take note of that difference. Then number 3, if all the things are lost through the fault of the debtor, the choice by the creditor shall fall upon the price of any of them. Pareho lang din. Kanina, again, if it's the debtor's right of choice na na-deprive, the value of the last thing lost. Pero dito, if it's the creditor's right of choice that has been deprived, the value of any of them will be the basis of the damage. Take note of the difference. Okay? Then, the same rule shall be applied to obligations to do or not to do in case 1, some or all of the prestations should become impossible. Pareho lang din. Okay? Then, 1206, the last provision, I think, in alternative obligations, when only one of the prestation has been agreed upon but the obligor may render another in substitution, ito na. It's called facultative. Kanina, pinag-uusapan natin alternative. Everything is due. Okay? all of the choices are due. Okay? Dito naman sa facultative, ang nangyayari, only one choice or prestation is due. Only that, itong choice na to, may substitute na pwedeng palitan. Okay? Now, yung second paragraph ng 1206, anong sinabi? The loss or deterioration of the thing intended as a substitute. So we're talking about the substitute, right? Yung loss, deterioration, or impairment of the substitute through the negligence of the obligor or even through fortuitous event, walang effect. Does not render him liable. Why? Kasi hindi naman ito yung due, di ba? So parang wala lang. Kasi ito pa rin yung main na prestation. Okay? Sir, anong sense ng substitute? Magkakaroon lang ng sense ng substitute kapag napalitan na to. Ito na ang naging due. Diba? Nagkaroon na ng substitution. Pag magkakaroon ng substitution, magpapalit na sila ng pwesto. Yung choice 1 na, maalis na sa scenario, yung substitute, yun na yung magiging main obligation. So kapag nauna yung substitution, then the substitute will not anymore become the substitute. The substitute will now become the main obligation, the main prestation. At kapag nawala yun, okay, after substitution, through fortuitous event, extinguish ang obligation. Through the fault of the debtor, damages on the part of the creditor. So in facultative, you just have to understand that hindi lahat ng obligation are due, unlike sa alternative obligation. Sa facultative, may isang due, pero pwedeng palitan. Okay? And ang titignan mo, nauna bang i-substitute or hindi. So, just see. In a facultative obligation, just look kung aling prestation ang due. At dun mo nalaruin yung rules ng loss, deterioration, improvement, effect ng fortuitous event. Okay? So, magkaibang alternative obligation na sa facultative. Sa facultative, only one is due, another one is waiting as a substitute. In alternative, everything is due. Walang substitute sa kanila. Equal footing sila. Okay? So, that's Article 1206. Okay? Then, for our next discussion or next part of the nature different kinds of obligation will deal with joint and solidary obligations, divisible and indivisible obligations, and obligations with a penal clause.